So one of you asked me if I could make a video showing how I clean my 350 gallon aquarium. If you're new to this channel, the 350 gallon aquarium is the largest out of all my aquariums in my basement fish room. And today we're going to take a look at what I do once a week to keep this aquarium nice and clean and to keep the fish in this aquarium smiling. So before I get into the cleaning, I want to give you guys just a quick look at how the tank looks before I clean it. So the tank really doesn't look too bad, and that's because I clean it once a week. I believe that I could go a little bit longer, but I prefer to go once a week because it makes the cleaning easier. I don't have to change as much water, and the fish get used to me interacting in the aquarium when I do it more often. So I clean this aquarium once a week, and the main things that I have to do with these once a week cleanings is a little bit of algae scrubbing, especially underneath the light. I have a little algae that grows on the walls. Along with that, I have different piles of poop and driftwood gathered in the dead spots of the aquarium. I have a lot of flow coming from one of my circulation pumps, and because of that, it allows certain dead spots where all the poop and all the driftwood and everything like that gathers into these piles. And when I clean the tank, it makes it a lot easier because it's all in one pile compared to just scattered all across the substrate. So that's one of the benefits of having a nice amount of flow in your tank. If you have flow, a lot of times the poop and everything that you don't want in your aquarium, it will settle in these dead spots and make it much easier to remove it from the tank. And besides that, I just have a few pits that were dug out by my red devil over the course of the week, and I like to refill them, and it gives them something to do for the next week. So that's pretty much what I'm going to focus on with this weekly clean. Now, for the most part, this video will be self-explanatory. However, if you're new to the channel, there are a few things you need to know. So firstly, the 350 gallon aquarium and my 125 gallon planter tank are both on the same filtration system. So when I do a water change on one of these tanks, I'm doing it on both of these tanks. So that's why you may see me interacting with both of these aquariums throughout this video. I prefer to do the siphoning out of my 350 gallon aquarium because the fish have bigger poop, the substrate is light, and that bigger poop is very noticeable. And also the plants in my 125 gallon aquarium, they benefit from the poop that the fish produce, so I really don't need to siphon in that aquarium. So all my siphoning is done out the 350 gallon aquarium, and all I do for the 125 is maybe trim some plants or clean algae, but that's all. For these water changes, I use a regular garden hose, and you'll see me fill the garden hose with tap water. The reason why I do this is to simply prime it so that when it comes to draining the aquarium, there's a bunch of water in the water hose already, and then when all that water hose escapes, it drags water from the aquarium to start the actual siphoning process. And lastly, you'll be seeing me do this water change with a sleeveless shirt. Usually I like to do it shirtless, but for the sake of the video, I just tossed on this sleeveless shirt. And the main reason why I do this is because I really have to get deep into this aquarium. Mainly because if you look at the left side of the tank, there's a big beam going across the basement, and I really have no access into that last panel. At the top of this tank, there are 4 different panels that allow me to get about 1.5 feet space into the aquarium, but you can see that last 4th section of the aquarium is blocked off because of this beam. So the only access to that wall is to really climb into the aquarium and reach it, but you'll see what I'm talking about later on. And now to kick it off, I plug out my circulation pump, I plug out the pump in my sump system, the fish room gets quiet, and I get to work.